Welcome, guys! Get ready to test your American history knowledge with questions covering famous presidents, historic events, national symbols, and more. Let's get started! Who was the principal author of the Declaration of Independence? George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, or Thomas Jefferson? Thomas Jefferson served as the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. How many people signed the Declaration of Independence? 50, 56, or 25? "56 delegates signed the Declaration of Independence, representing the 13 colonies. Which 4th of July celebration was the first to feature fireworks? 1777, 1800, or 1850? It was in 1777. Philadelphia became the first city to celebrate the 4th of July with fireworks. Which historic document begins with the words, "We the People"? U.S. Constitution, Declaration of Independence, or Bill of Rights? The U.S. Constitution starts with "We the People," emphasizing that the government's power comes from its citizens. Which state was the first to ratify the U.S. Constitution? Delaware, Virginia, or Pennsylvania? Delaware was the first state to ratify the U.S. Constitution on December 7, 1787, earning its nickname the First State. Which president hosted the first 4th of July celebration at the White House? James Madison, Thomas Jefferson, or George Washington? Thomas Jefferson hosted the first 4th of July celebration at the White House in 1801. Who was the oldest person to sign the Declaration of Independence? Was it John Adams, Benjamin Franklin, or Josiah Bartlett? Benjamin Franklin was 70 years old when he signed the Declaration of Independence, making him the oldest signer. How many times is the Liberty Bell symbolically tapped each Independence Day? 13, 7, or 11? The answer is 13. Each tap represents one of the original 13 colonies that declared independence. Which president was the first born as an American citizen after July 4, 1776? Martin Van Buren, James Tyler, or Andrew Jackson? Born in 1782, Martin Van Buren was the first president born after the Declaration of Independence. In what year did the Star-Spangled Banner become the U.S. national anthem? Was it 1900, 1865, or 1931? In 1931, President Hoover signed the law that officially made the Star-Spangled Banner the U.S. national anthem. What was the first capital of the United States under the U.S. Constitution? Philadelphia, New York City, or Washington, D.C.? New York City was where the first U.S. Congress met and the first president was inaugurated under the Constitution. Which purchase doubled the size of the United States in 1803? The Louisiana Purchase, the Purchase of Alaska, or the Florida Purchase? The Louisiana Purchase nearly doubled the size of the United States by adding about 828,000 square miles of land. Which two states joined the United States in 1959? Were they New Mexico and Hawaii, Washington and Arizona, or Alaska and Hawaii? Alaska and Hawaii both joined the United States in 1959, expanding the nation to 50 states. How many branches does the U.S. military have? 3, 6, or 10? The U.S. military has 6 branches: the Army, Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force, Space Force, and Coast Guard. Which state was represented by the 50th star added to the American flag on July 4, 1960? Was it Hawaii, Alaska, or Texas? Hawaii became the 50th star on the American flag on July 4, 1960, after joining the Union the previous year. What is the highest military honor awarded for valor in the United States? The Silver Star, the Purple Heart, or the Medal of Honor? The Medal of Honor is the highest military honor, recognizing the most exceptional acts of courage. Where can you see the Declaration of Independence on display? Monticello, Graceland, or National Archives? The National Archives Museum preserves and displays the original Declaration of Independence. Who was the first U.S. president to serve under the 50-star flag? President Carter, President Roosevelt, or President Eisenhower? President Eisenhower was the first to serve under the 50-star American flag after it was adopted on July 4, 1960. Which newspaper was the first to print the Declaration of Independence? Was it the New York Times, the Pennsylvania Evening Post, or the Philadelphia Eagle? The Pennsylvania Evening Post printed the Declaration of Independence just days after it was approved by Congress. Which U.S. president was born on the 4th of July? Calvin Coolidge, James Monroe, or George Washington? Calvin Coolidge was born on July 4, 1872, making him the only U.S. president born on Independence Day. Which city is recognized as the oldest European settlement in the United States? St. Augustine, Jamestown, or Plymouth? St. Augustine was founded by the Spanish in 1565, making it the oldest continuously occupied European-founded city in the United States. That's the end of the quiz. How did you do? Share your score in the comments. Thanks for playing!